And oh my goodness, we have a mirrored overworld.
Oh, we got a mirrored overworld, and
that is, So, with the mirrored overworld, certain screen wraps are not going to be available. You will not be able to screen wrap into the Lost Hills, nor will you be able to screen wrap past the Lost Woods. However, a couple new screen wraps are opened, including being able to get to the coast raft spot without the raft.
that is indeed true. Yeah, unfortunately, some of the like also was mentioning, yeah, a lot of the I guess standard screen scrolls are not available. But that does mean some new ones have opened up too. Besides the raft spot, I believe you can scroll from Death Mountain all the way to the Lost, the waterfall.
Yes, that is correct.
And they'll have to take a different route in order to route in the Armo statue where the Blue Ring shop usually is. They'll have to come in from the Armo, the Grey Armo screen that's, south of the, the Power Brothers spot. Sorry, we just saw that the coast item was a heart container.
Also of note.
Yeah.
Is, Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say yeah, as in...
So... We're gonna see the, screen wrap right now.
There we go.
Looks like that is going to be just a door repair? Question mark?
Well, either way, we're now 50% sure that the raft is not required.
So what I'm going to be curious to see is if the runners decide to buy arrows knowing that the pole's voice are on the overworld, or if they're going to save that money for bomb upgrades instead.
Yeah, well, the arrows are 73.
And actually, looking at it, we also have careers on the overworld, which means both Darknuts and Wizhubs are going to be in dungeons, so those arrows may not actually be a permanent weapon enough to really substitute for just a lot of bombs or a wand.
They could still be useful for taking down Zols. Provided the Zols haven't, rolled upwards.
Well, they could also just find a free silver arrows, or just get clipped by Gorillas, because that's what Gorillas do.
Well, here we got level 8. Okay, so judging by where we've started, I'm gonna leave the screen here and, might not be able to. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna be able to do the pirouette, because if you go into the next screen, that's the Lost Hills. But here we got level 5 straight away.
I'm pretty sure that we are in full first quest dungeons, because we do not have the option of shapes, and based on the start locations of both 5 and 8, they look like they're going to be first quest.
Yeah, I think you're correct, although with 8, I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, no, because we started in the location, that's down, down on the very, bottom of the screen, and in level 8, there's only one, spot that's at the very bottom.
Exactly.
Yeah. So full first quest is good. You will have to deal with everyone's favorite level, number 7, and level 9, which is a rather confusing labyrinth full of staircases. But at the same time, you don't have to worry about that. 35 rooms of Stairway to Hell? As
what is it? Is that second quest 8 you're referring to?
Yeah. By the way, our bombs are 2 rupees.
That is an absolutely beautiful price.
That is amazing.
To answer the question in chat about can we get half and half, so there's basically 2 map grids in the game. There is the 1 through 6 grid and the 7 through 9 grid. When we have, in this case, because we have random no shapes, we can get full first, we can get full second, or we can get one of the 2 grids as second quest, the other one is first quest. The reason it's important to note that it's 2 separate grids is for the map. The way the map is laid out with all the staircases and such, every screen on the map is filled in. And it also will affect our recorder spots, as well as our bait blocks, our bomb upgrades, and our items.
Yeah, if we have a full first quest, that is going to mean that we are not going to be seeing second quest brooms.
That is correct. But
Yeah.
because we are in full first quest, I do believe that will enable the bomb upgrade and the bait block shuffle.
Really? Okay.
Yes. Those are first quest exclusive features, so if you have any second quest in your seed, those will not activate due to the limited number of old men in second quest.
Okay, that I didn't actually know that. That would explain why second quest shuffle with shapes is not a thing. Although honestly, you could just, well, I guess you technically could start sacrificing rooms for more old men spots, but. And we got a level 6 here.
The other thing you could do with second quest shapes is have it be just pure second quest item distribution. So you just put the second item in 4 instead of in level 1.
Well, it would be level 1.
That's what I'm saying, is in shapes, right now it's level 1. If you wanted to have a second quest item distribution, you just take that second item and put it in 4.
Oh, when I mean shapes, I mean randomized shapes.
Yes, yes.
Alright, Antlerz is getting a blue candle. It's not going to be waiting around for that free candle in the wood sword cave.
Speaking of the wood sword cave, the white sword bomb pack is going to be our...
Oh, wow. Okay, well, so much for a free item.
On the other hand, bear in mind that will give Caracarn his first bomb pack, so seeing as he hasn't seen the bomb shop and the bomb prices yet, he can start forcing bombs, as well as check all these spots near the grave. He could go to the coast if he wanted. He has some options with those bombs.
True. And I guess it's better to have some bombs while you're up here on, well, right now in the grave. Here, what have we got here? Okay, so 5 is our small secret.
Well, it's not great. It really isn't going to dictate the money in the seed, and given we have 2 rupee bombs, that's still not bad.
Yeah. And again, because we have the because we've got the air or the Poe's voice in the overworld, unless we find some Goma blocks, that arrow is probably going to be less likely.
Looks like we have a vanilla mid secret, so the large secret really is going to tell the tale of what the money in the seed looks like.
Yeah. Now, of course, the other thing that'll tell the tale too is if we find out where the bait block is. Now, given this is first quest shapes, I would be more inclined to believe that the bait block is normally not required.
Caracarn taking a death on Armos Room of Death, as I call it. And Antlerz, with his already topped out bombs, he's going to go ahead and opt to explore up here a little bit. He might be looking for the white sword item.
Well, here's the any roads. So he's going to ignore the any roads at the moment, but it looks like Caracarn has found them as well.
And we get one of our recorder spots out of the way. That's not a bad deal.
Yeah.
Give these a B.
Yeah, not exactly.
They have relatively close Death Mountain access from start, so I give it a B. You know, I think we're gonna see Antlerz just go ahead and do some Death Mountain here, which is why he left that bomb pack.
Yeah, that sounds, well, yeah, getting Death Mountain out of the way early is a really good strategy.
And sometimes it has a wand, or a red candle, or a bow.
Now, the thing is, though, is I think a lot of racers like to route Death Mountain only after getting the power bracelet, because there is one power bracelet spot to check. And,
well, there's actually 2.
Well, we're not counting the one in the grave. Well, okay, well, there is... Yeah, there is the one where the magic sword is in second quest.
Yep. And they're...
But that's not really connected to the rest of Death Mountain. I mean, it is through the river section, but it's not like all in one lump area. I sort of consider that Death Mountain, I guess you could say, it's kind of split between the first quest and the second quest.
The good old East versus West Death Mountain debate. Which do you do first? As Caracarn opts to take 6 first. He still does not have a candle.
Yeah. Well, East Death Mountain definitely does have a fewer spots to check, but that one's more on the recorder block side, though.
I'm curious to see... Oh, hello. We have an early Triforce in 6.
Not bad. Oh, here we go. This could possibly be an item. And
it is not, though.
Yeah, claw. Nope. That's the clip, but it's just to transport.
I wonder if Caracarn takes this Triforce and leaves, knowing that it's a level 6, knowing that he doesn't have much weaponry besides 2 bombs.
Well, that sounds like a pretty valid strategy. The only thing is, though, okay, well, there's our candle.
That's the screen Caracarn died on earlier.
Oh, boy.
That's a little bit rough. But on the other hand, given the cheap price of the candle and the very cheap price of the bombs, it may be a moot point. In so much as Caracarn will relatively easily pick up a candle, he may even just opt to buy one right here.
But anyway, my point that I was getting back to was that with Caracarn taking the Triforce out of 6, I mean, unless the recorder is in fact in level 6, at the very least, Caracarn will be able to get back to level 6 not, relatively hassle-free, provided the recorder isn't like a 9 or something like that. So, it's a bit of a gamble.
Interesting that Caracarn opted against the candle, although he may get it on his way back through here.
Here's our potion shop. Here's another... No, just another medium.
I don't think we've seen the large secret yet.
We haven't. This might be it. Nope, that's the small one.
They could very well all be like Recorder or Power Racer block.
Yeah, it looks like the big money might be blocked. Oh, this isn't a fun screen here. Get in here, you. There we go. And... okay, Antlerz is picking up the magic boomerang.
So, the philosophy on boomerangs is, the first boomerang you find is the correct one, especially if your only weapon is a blue candle.
Yeah.
All memes aside, you definitely want to pick up the first boomerang you find if you don't have a permanent weapon yet, because it makes it a lot easier to clump certain enemies to force bombs off of.
Right.
Hence, even though I personally would prefer the regular boomerang just because I find it's a little easier to work with, the magic boomerang was definitely a smart pickup.
Yeah, well, the thing about the magic boomerang is that if you miss, it does take longer to come back. And we got level 2 here. Just as
level
we
2
thought...
is a... Level 2...
That's a vanilla Dodongo.
Does it drop a heart? No, but it drops a key and... That's interesting.
Wait, what?
Oh! That door not open?
Oh, there we go.
That was odd.
Oh, was he gonna... Oh, was he gonna try and do... something, maybe? I don't know. That's a good question.
I think he was just far enough away that it didn't register, but... Also, Caracarn picks up a Triforce in 5.
Now, ooh... Well, he's not gonna be able to, but if he had not picked up that key, Antlerz would have been able to kinetic key in this room here.
But level 2 is not necessarily a bad dungeon to get keys in, so... Oh, the keys are 1 HP.
You 1 HP keys.
The big distinction of why the 1 HP on the keys is important is they cannot die to a boomerang, even though they will die to everything else.
Right, an enemy has to roll a 0 HP and be susceptible to the boomerang in order to actually be defeated by the boomerang.
And we're getting an indication in chat that what happened on Antler's side when the bomb initially didn't open was that the key spawn blocked the bomb from going off.
Interesting. And
Which,
this here is
that's
the power of the boomerang. And of course, we have to remember, we do have second quest enemies on, so those Stealthos are going to be shooting Lionel beams.
He did, however, get a really nice Salphos kill, was able to force a bomb, and then immediately gets a Fairy Apocalypse as of a war. And you know, looking at this, 4 keys is not a bad key count to have in level 2.
No, it's not. I think there's even still some more keys left on the ground. We know one of them is ladder blocked.
There's a Dorito.
And we are looking for a, there will be an item here on the floor. Oh no. Oh no.
Ladies and gentlemen, we found our magical bombs.
Ladies and gentlemen, we found the Blue Danger Noodle Room of Death. And a death Antlerz will take.
I don't think he's gonna retry that room. I think he'll go look in other rooms of level 2 first.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like a good strategy there.
Remember that even though that is a drop room in 2, I want to say there are 2 such rooms in 2 normally. And one of those 2 rooms does not contain a drop, so there's only a 50% chance that that's a drop room anyway.
Yeah.
Based on the fact that there are 2 of such room in 2. Also, an interesting note.
The second Stealthos.
Also, an interesting note about the candle. If you're trying to kill an enemy with 3 HP, you cannot kill an enemy with 3 HP in a dark room because the transition time for the candle to light up, as Caracarn finds 7, is actually enough that it takes some of the candle time away, and you can't get that 3rd hit in.
Ah, I see. There's a compass for level 7. Ow, the Triforce is all the way down at the bottom.
Raise your hand if you're surprised.
Ooh, we got a red bubble room here.
Yes.
At
Jiggly,
least
would you like to go over the red bubble curse?
Yeah, red bubble curse. Since we are playing in swordless, having the red bubbles take away your sword will just be redundant. At least in this stage of the match. So instead, what it does is it reverses your controls. So left becomes right, up becomes down. Very, very, very nasty.
And given the enemy sets we have in these dungeons, you definitely don't want to fight a wizard with reverse control.
No. Fortunately, this dungeon doesn't have any Wizrobes.
The Tektites can be killed with a boomerang. That's actually quite important. More bombs. And Caracarn has an issue. He doesn't have any keys. But he can go to the left, and he finds a stair and another locked door.
So, it's looking more and more likely that, well, we still haven't explored down here yet. Oh no. Oh no.
More danger.
More danger. And no, they are not 0 HP. But a well-placed mob might be able to take some of these down. You just have to take one of these down, and the other one will not come back. There we go, but spends all of his bombs in the process. And not only that, though, now there is a Lionel room, and you can't get back.
Well, you can't get back the direct way. You may be able to go around, and it looks like you can.
We got the
oh my goodness!
2, and the power bracelet was in 7. So those danger noodles, number 1, they're not as much of a problem now. Number 2, those rooms are definitely not going to be required.
So Caracarn right now has the Triforce lead and the Overworld Exploration lead, but that wand is going to speed up Antler's seed significantly. Caracarn's got 3 Triforces. In 20 minutes, that is not a bad haul.
Well, that's better than 1 Triforce at 50 minutes.
And even though the wand was deep in 2, I expect that we're going to see Caracarn dig that out, which means we may, depending on when Caracarn can get down to the Dead Woods, this race could still be very close, and he finds level 1.
Yeah, level 1 first quest is a bonanza of items.
And its power bracelet blocked.
Ooh. Now there's a heart container. I don't believe that's our floor drop.
No, we saw the heart container on the coast, and even if it was, and even if we didn't, you always assume the first heart you find in the dungeon is the dungeon heart.
Right. I have called a race before where it wasn't clear what the item drop was, so it looked like there was 2 heart. You know, you may have found a heart container, but it didn't register as you found the item heart container.
You know, I wonder if Caracarn's gonna do the double screen wrap to open that door up.
That's a possibility. There is some interesting tricks you can do with those screen wraps. Yeah, see, the problem with the screen wraps is that you can only do it from right to left. You can't do it from left to right. If you try doing it from left to right, you will get stuck on that wall.
Unless there's no wall there to begin with, then you can just do whatever you want.
Right. There's another hint shop.
So, now the question is, how long does it take Antlerz to go to 7? And is he willing to dig 7? Versus Caracarn, who, by the time he gets to 2, he's probably just gonna dig it because it's 2.
Yeah.
Now, of course, the other side of that coin is, Caracarn found the power bracelet on the way to the Triforce. Will Antlerz take the same path?
Yeah, it looks like we've got a potential ladder block here. But not for the Triforce, at least not yet.
Now remember in level 1, all bomb walls will open unless there's a corridor stair or there is a
old man
blocking you.
And this has the potential to be an item.
Caracarn gets a good clock there. He's able to take out most of the enemies in one fell swoop.
Just a key.
Which he had 0.
Yeah, so that's still good. And we got more land molars. That's a red ring. Red ring on the floor.
That is an absolutely excellent item to find at this point in the seed when you really don't have a whole lot of health.
Yep. Yeah, those
Red
5 hearts have now been turned to 20 hearts. But look at that! Level 4, Antlerz found the silver arrows.
Man, we are just getting a flurry of items.
You know what? After last night's seed, I think this is like karma fixing itself.
So that means Bow's a 9, right?
No. No, Bow's not a 9.
Ladder's a 9. Bow's ladder blocked.
See, now, I'm trying to go to bed tonight. I'd like to go to bed at a decent hour. Whoa, we got Wizzies in level 4.
I think that's a room that, regardless of your ladder status, you don't want to clear anyway.
Which one's that?
The blue wizard room.
Oh, yeah.
So, currently on the board, the Triforces stand 4 for Caracarn, 1 for Antlerz. But Antlerz has the combat advantage through the wand and the silver arrows, and yet Caracarn dug the power bracelet out of level 7, which was required to get into level 1. It's really tough to say which runner has a lead and by how much.
Well, Antlerz has 2/3 of a piece of the puzzle that's required. So what that means is that yeah, that could be an advantage. That could be a disadvantage. The disadvantage being that if Antlerz were to find the bow before reaching level 7, Antlerz might not even consider digging level 7 for that item. At least not until checking all of the places in the overworld, including the raft spot that we haven't been able to screen scroll into. But it looks like we got ourselves a ladder block here. I don't know if we were able to get around it, but...
Well, the Triforce is not up in that direction, so
yeah, you got a good point there, and we already found the item, so...
Speaking of items, here's the stair item in level 1.
That's a ladder block.
That is a ladder block, and that is all hail.
Lord Banana.
So we now know that the ladder can't be N9. Because the
yes, that is absolutely correct, Fred. Well, no, because well, it wasn't on the floor, so
exactly. I think Caracarn's looking for keys at this point.
It's Fred Vanilla.
So we know ladder's not going to be a 9, bow could be a 9. If Antlerz finds an early bow and decides not to dig out other items, the best case scenario for him at that point would be that the recorder and the raft, one of those two is a 9. And the reason that's important is if one of those items is a 9, then he's not going to be able to be ladder blocked. Checking the rest. We now know the ladder can't be in... Well...
But we know what our large secret is. 57 rupees.
Oh, jeez.
That's nasty.
So... as of right now, the ladder can't be in level 8. However, depending on what that last room is... if that last room is a stair... or is an item that is a ladder, the ladder can be an 8. Elsewise, the ladder cannot be an 8 because of this ladder block.
Yeah, that's and this cannot be a room here. Even if there was no shutter, it still couldn't because this is a second quest room.
Agreed, and it's not even a Triforce.
And what I mean by second...
Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, what I mean by second quest room is that those definitely appear in the first quest, but in the second quest, there are rooms that can be, the block can be pushed. And those are not, those spots are not randomized, instead, they're shuffled.
So, knowing what we have available to us, level 6 is available, level 5 is available, level 3 is available, and I think those are the only 3 dungeons at this point that our ladder can be in. Simply due to the nature of 8 being ladder blocked right at the start.
Yeah.
I would like to see Antlerz go back into one of the dungeons he's seen at this point.
Nothing here at the burn clip spot.
Antlerz does have his wand out. I am suspecting he's gonna go back into 5 or 6 or 8.
I would say 6 is probably the best bet. I mean, it is the larger dungeon. Level 6 is a larger dungeon. But at the same time, though, it's
I think he'll poke his head into 8 first, just because 8 has 2 items and is about as big as 6.
but here Antlerz is in level 7.
To answer the question in chat, we have not seen level 3 yet, and Antlerz is going to leave level 7 for now. I can't really say I'm surprised.
Yeah, well, like I said, like level 7 has been notorious for being a rather, you know, I wouldn't say difficult dungeon, but it is just a long dungeon. You know, it's got a long area, and it's not like level 8. Level 8 is actually really good because there's one like middle spot, and everything else basically branches off from it. Whereas 7, there's not a clear path to get to from one side of the dungeon to the other.
Now, here's the other side of that coin. Antlerz may be trying to find his ladder first before going into 7. Which actually makes a lot of sense. There are quite a few rooms in 7 that can lead to ladder blocks, especially given that 7 has very few, if any, bomb walls.
Now, since we've seen both bananas, in terms of items that are available, the book is still outstanding, the red candle is still outstanding, which Antlerz is probably not going to want. I mean, unless, of course, Antlerz wants the hints, but, you know, depending upon, you know, what happens, that may not be favorable.
Magical Key is also still out there.
Yeah, Magic Key could definitely be useful, but probably more useful on Caracarn's side. Because look at that, Antlerz has 9 keys.
That does tend to happen with First Quest dungeons. You find a lot of keys.
You know, the best part is that Antlerz hasn't even gone into level 5 yet, or hasn't really dug around level 5 yet, and that also has a lot of keys.
Yeah, it's... And Chad is bringing up a good point. Even though you're at 9 keys, you can't just give away keys for free. You still want to hold on to them, because 7 and 9 can drain your keys like nobody's been.
Yeah, it could even get worse, too, if you run into a mugger room and they're asking for keys, as well. Because usually it's like 4 or 5 keys they're asking for, and that's outrageous.
So Antlerz is going to see his ladder block in 8. The question is, will he go back to 6 after seeing this ladder block, or will he opt to go somewhere else?
Well, if Antlerz decides to take 7 first, that will at least get him closer to level 1. So that's not a complete waste there. Big question is, though, like I said, which item is in 6? The good news is, though, is that, yeah, most of the items are definitely going to be useful in one way or another.
You know, I actually would not be surprised if we see Antlerz head back into 6. Because he might have been thinking along the lines of, okay, level 3's, or level 8's right here, it has 2 items, it potentially is better than 6 to dig. No, he's gonna go to 5, or try to go to 5. Whether he gets into 5 is another matter entirely. To answer the question in chat, Antlerz had the wand about 15 to 20 minutes in. It was very quick, because he went to 2, which happened to have the wand, and that was in the Deadwoods, which is not exactly the easiest location to get to.
Well, there's the Triforce out of 5. And we got ourselves a ladder block. I'm starting to think that the stepladder's here in 5.
I think it could be in... I still think it can be in 6.
Oh, it could definitely be in 6. The reason why I'm saying it's in 5 is because you're seeing a lot... You're seeing what I like to call the pseudo-ladder blocks. You know, the game likes to pretend like, oh no, you really need a ladder to get here. You know, if you follow this very winding path through all of these... you know, moat rooms, then you'll find it. But that's not really a fact or anything like that. That is just one of those gut feelings.
I believe Caracarn is about to pick up his silver arrows, speaking of... This is... accidental bomb usage. Everyone's done that at least once. What's gonna be interesting is if Bo was in 5.
that would give Antlerz a combat advantage for sure. But it looks like here there's a transport.
Bow and 5 might actually be really good for Antlerz, because that might make him decide to go into 7 looking for the ladder.
Oh, hey, here we go. Nope. I guess Antlerz is gonna reverse clip into this moat here to grab that heart container.
I would not be surprised to see that happen. Caracarn has picked up his silver arrows. He can now throw silver at pigs.
You know, here's actually a question that actually pops into my mind just now. If you have a Triforce piece in a room like that, is it considered ladder blocked or not?
I think it depends on what side you enter from, because you can pick up items that are sitting on the moat without the ladder if you're coming in from the bottom.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking. If that was indeed a Triforce piece, would it be considered a ladder block or not? I mean, depending upon whether or not you can get in from the other direction or not.
That's definitely a good question to ask Mr. Fred Coughlin, the creator of the Randomizer.
Yeah.
Looks like Antlerz is going to continue to dig 5. Not the worst idea in the world, given you've already seen the 2 transports. And it is a relatively small dungeon.
Well, it's definitely a lot better than 6.
Now, the other thing that would be interesting to see is if the recorder's in level 5.
I'm still leaning towards the stepladder.
Well, it certainly is his key count is certainly staying stable, which is always a good thing.
Ooh, that's not a good thing right there.
Ooh.
You might be able to bomb down. Okay, you can bomb down, so that's not bad, but ooh. Ouch.
And is rewarded with another locked door.
And a laggy room full of Lionel.
So Caracarn's now back in 6. There might be a couple rooms of this dungeon that are ladder blocked.
It's possible. But that's what I'm talking about, though, is the game likes to pretend, oh yeah, we're totally ladder blocked, you better come back later. And it's like, nope, the ladder was in this dungeon all the time.
Okay, so those rooms to the right of the staircase, to the right of the transport stair, are ladder blocked.
Huh. I think Antlerz is just gonna grab the Triforce and go.
Yeah, I think at this point, you've spent enough time in this dungeon. You pretty much know where the item is, and there's a decent enough chance it's ladder blocked, you just bolt. So does that send you back to 6?
That's why I always get suspicious, though, when there's a lot of water rooms in a level. Because, like I said, you know, it could, like, the logic could be accounting for the fact that, you know, just, you know, the amount of, ladder blocks, just... It's possible the ladder's in 3, yes. That is absolutely true.
It's also possible that the ladder's here in 6, and I like that Antlerz has come back. It makes sense to do Vice, look for... Well, the real debate is, do you look for level 3, or do you go back into the dungeon you already know? Because you know you're going to have to find level 3 anyway.
Now, I don't know if I think we've checked this one out. Did we not?
We did.
Yeah, we did, yes.
Yep.
Because there's only one transport staircase in 6. Here's our item, I think.
Just 2 rooms north?
It is, it's the ladder. You were right.
Okay, then. I think if you're Antlerz at this point, you go back to 4, get your Triforce. Then I think you dig 8, actually.
Well, yeah, 8's got those 2 items.
Yep. And he doesn't know that Power Bracelet's in 7. Although I think he will pick up the book if he sees it. At this point, there's still enough on the table, including the bow, he will pick up the book. If he gets the bow in 8, I don't know if he picks the book up.
Now there's the Triforce sitting there in level 8, so that's fairly good, and it looks like Caracarn is going to get the stepladder, and we've got ourselves an item here? No, it's the transport.
This is the seed of free Triforces.
I'm not complaining.
I don't think most people would. Let's see what Caracarn decides to do with his newfound ladder. Not go to 8 is the answer.
There's a bomb upgrade. Ooh, it's only 2 rupees. Or should I say 2 bombs for, what is it, 100? 100.
Hey, 2 rupees for a bomb upgrade, I'd buy that any day.
Well...
Caracarn going to get his hearts. Really not a bad call.
At this stage of the game, though, unless the bait block is necessary, it's probably likely that you're not going to need to worry. Obviously, Antlerz won't need to worry about buying any arrows.
He won't need to worry about buying a ring once he gets his way into 1, and I don't think he would buy a ring anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, Antlerz is comfortable enough with combat.
To answer the question in chat as to why the overworld is mirrored, one of the flag options in this round of the tournament is that there is a 50-50 chance that the overworld will be mirrored, and it will remain that way for the remainder of the tournament.
Oh wow, okay, that's a 6 Dodongo room.
6 Dodongo? Oh man.
Well, okay, six bombs to fight the Dodongo room. Yeah, 6 Dodongos would just be nasty.
It can happen. You just have 2 Dodongo rooms back to back. And then
Yeah.
you need to buy a bomb upgrade or force bombs somewhere.
That is one of the unfortunate things about the All Wards No Swords tournament, is that you cannot stun the Dodongos and then slash them with the sword to get your bombs back.
Although, here's a question. As we see another Tridongo room, can you force bombs off of a Dodongo without doing the stun method?
I would be inclined to believe not. Because you're not killing the Dodongo with bombs. You are stunning. You're not. Well, I mean, you're not killing Dodongos traditionally with bombs, at least. So I think the Dodongo eating the bomb is considered a separate action. Now, I actually don't know that personally, but that's what my inclination would be saying.
Sounds reasonable.
Like I said, all that
reasonable,
has to do
as
with
some would say.
what code is being executed when that happens. Here's one of our items. Is it good? It's the book. Fred.
Antlerz thought about skipping it, but opted not to, which is a good play. He does know where a hint shop is, and he's still missing both the bow and the power bracelet that he does not yet know is required. Now, interesting. That's not a stair.
No, it's
There's
a
a
map.
stair in a room that Antlerz missed, or we missed the second item in 8. So I think the better hint for Antlerz to see would be a feat of strength will lead to the X instead of Gorilla Grumbles with the power bracelet.
Yeah, because that'll that sort of kills 2 birds with 1 stone. Not going back into 8.
Chad is also pointing out that there is a Dig Dogger block in 8, which is conveniently enough is the room Caracarn is in.
Oh, but maybe. Oh, so maybe the yeah, you know, maybe the item in 5 is in fact the recorder.
We could actually still have a double dip 9 required seed here. As long as there's no Gomas blocking a Triforce, you can have the recorder in 9 to come back to 8 to get the bow.
Ugh.
And to answer the question in chat, can you not kill stunned donkeys with a magic rod? You cannot. The only weapon that they are weak to when they are stunned is the sword. Antlerz immediately heading back to the ladder blocked rooms in level 5. I like this choice.
Well, whatever it is going to be at least useful. Unless it's the raft. But
well,
then
hold
again,
on, we have not found level 3 yet.
True, but at this point in time, I'd say the raft is most likely not required.
Most likely not required, however, that is
Who dwells in
not
the
required.
woods. Oh, that's old news for Antlerz.
But that is a hint that Caracarn will want to see. Because he has not found 2 yet, and 2 contains the all-important wand.
Antlerz trying to get back to these ladder block sections of the dungeon. I think you have to go down.
To answer the question in chat, no, we also have not found 9 yet.
Yeah, and that, you're right. 9 could possibly be power bracelet blocked. Sorry, I mean raft blocked.
But you know what I think would be interesting?
What's that?
A dungeon on one of the river spots that's ladder blocked.
Ooh. Now that is definitely possible. And we can go through this, and what have we got here? Ooh, leave your life or your max bombs.
So that is a permanent loss no matter how you shake it?
But that's
so
okay,
really
though, because we got the recorder. Chat, you know what to do.
That's actually really good news for Antlerz, though, because that means... That will probably spur him to go dig level 7. Unless he decides to just, well, maybe not. Because he can go back to 8 and get the item in 8.
I mean, if the item is the bow, if it's not the bow, then Antlerz is unfortunately on the wrong trail. But I think Caracarn's gonna come back, go back into 8 here and, check out for... Yeah, that's right. We'll be able to get that other item in 8 without that recorder.
The real question is, when does Antlerz dig 7? Because right now, Antlerz does have an apparent lead through the fact that he has the wand, he has the combat, he has half of the puzzle needed to complete the seed. However, 7 is not, as we've been talking about, 7 is generally not a dungeon you want to dig early. And as a result of that, generally, if you find the early Triforce or the early Compass in 7, you're just going to take it and leave. So it's it's kind of tough to commit on 7 when you also know that the bow could be a 9.
Well, everybody, name that tune. It's the bow.
Okay.
So Antlerz is now officially in Triforce and Go mode.
Except he needs the power bracelet from 7.
Oh, right, of course.
And that's going to be the deciding factor in this seed. Now, by the same token, Caracarn has not gone back to 5 yet. So really, it's going to come down to...
Simpsons theme.
Caracarn... Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, that was the Simpsons theme.
This is actually interesting, because Caracarn needs both 2 and 5 right now. But Caracarn already dug 7, which is enough to realistically be... which can be 2 dungeons worth of digging, depending on how rough 7 is. And because because Antlerz doesn't yet know he's blocked, like, this could still go either way.
Yeah, no, Caracarn is not far enough behind, and not in a long shot. Each of them definitely have their advantages and disadvantages.
And this is all assuming that we find out where level 3 is.
Wait, did I say that the tune was the bow?
The tune was the bow?
I don't know what I just said. If I...
You might have been commenting on the fact that the bow was recorder blocked in 9 when...
Yeah.
Or in 8 when we were talking about Name That Tune.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's right. Name that tune. The bow!
Dee-dee-dee-dee!
I think I'm still going crazy.
So... Antlerz is in 7.
That's good.
We'll see if he makes the play for the item, or opts to Triforce and go it.
That would be bad.
That would be bad, but not an unreasonable play to make, given how far you are in the seed.
Goma creeps near the desert, that's old news.
Actually, a hint for the location of 1 would probably seal... Not necessarily seal the deal, but it would help Antlerz out quite significantly. However, Caracarn is heading towards Deadwoods.
Okay, that's good.
If Caracarn finds... When Caracarn finds the wand, because I think with 2 it's only a matter of time before you find the item, unless you're in go mode already getting in there.
Well, I mean, it is... I mean, it's probably not likely with the red ring, but you can see some players, kind of stubbornly, focus in on one spot. So it's like, I think this room with the danger noodles has it. Okay, ouch, nope. Come back, ouch. And that keeps happening over and over again. Sometimes it's easy to get very fixated.
Well, I am inclined to agree. The counter-argument to that is... Caracarn has a lot of items still out there on the table that are valuable. And even... He could even be thinking Magic Key into, just so that he doesn't have to worry about keys anymore.
Well, that's a Goma block. Sort of.
It's a reverse Goma block. Let's see if Antlerz goes around the item room.
You know what? Yeah, it can't be a Goma block. We've already found both of the things here.
Antlerz is in the Triforce room.
Yeah. Well, Antlerz is gonna have to defeat all these stealth... Ooh! Gets the Triforce.
Is he going to go back in?
He might have gotten the Triforce in order to reset his, curse.
Very possible.
No, he's not going back in. This is bad for Antlerz.
As Caracarn's about to go into level 2.
I was gonna say, at this point in time, I think the advantage is officially given to Caracarn.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. He still needs to go back to 5 to get that recorder. And both of them still need to find levels 3 and 9.
But at this point, Antlerz is looking for level 3. If level 3 is Power Bracelet blocked, that could be disastrous for Antlerz.
On the other hand, depending on how long it takes Caracarn to go back into 5 to get that recorder. Because we can say that Caracarn is currently starting to gain back, if not a massive lead, because he's already gotten level 7 done, he's already got the Power Bracelet, he's already been to level 1. For all he knows, recorder's at 9.
True.
He may opt to dig 9 before he checks level 5. To answer the question in chat, level 1 is Power Bracelet blocked, and it has our Boomerang and our Red Ring.
Nothing. there's still 2 whistle spots here by the grave. I don't know if those ones were checked yet or not. I don't think so.
Antlerz may be looking at a different way to get up to the grave and possibly route it after Death Mountain.
Well, yeah, sounds like Antlerz is going to route the whistle spot here in the forest. Actually, no, it's going back into level 4. That's right. Yeah, Triforce. That's right. The Triforce in 4 was, yeah, it was ladder blocked. Sorry, I'm twisting over my words here.
And you know, this play makes sense. You're already here. You gotta get it anyway. You might as well get it now. Reverse that bubble curse, if you have one.
Yeah.
Caracarn has picked up his wand.
Manhandler threatens at the grave. Level 3 is either power bracelet blocked or it is recorder blocked.
Now this gets interesting.
Now I would say Caracarn does have a bit of an advantage.
Unless it is recorder blocked, in which case I think the advantage would still lie with Antlerz, but it would not be that significant. If it is power bracelet blocked, though, I would say that swings it heavily in... I wouldn't say... Well, maybe not heavily, but that swings it in Caracarn's favor. But that's also going to be a forcing function to make Antlerz take 7, because he's not going to have anything else he can access.
Yeah. That's right. Antlerz had not looked at the Take Any roads yet.
So it may be that... Ooh, that... So chat brings up the point that Kara's still missing the bow and 8. That actually makes a PB blocked 3 worse. Well, potentially worse for Caracarn if he decides to go dig 9 for the bow or recorder instead of 5 or 8. If it's a recorder blocked level 3, that means Caracarn will get his recorder. I think he digs the second item in 8 before he goes to 3. He pretty much knows where it is, so he doesn't have to worry about trying to find it. He can just run in, grab it, and go.
Antlerz up here going to check the first quest level 9 locations. We might have a vanilla level 9.
Very possible.
Now there is also a recorder spot up here as well.
Yes. It's another large secret.
And they're both in the same area. This is going to be interesting. We're going to know what both spots are simultaneously. Or, okay, well, there isn't a recorder spot here. But, question is there a power bracelet spot? There is not.
No. So East Death Mountain contains nothing at all. Unless Vanilla 9 is Vanilla 9. Nope.
Yep, Spectacle Rock is not an entrance to the death tonight.
The hint for level 3 was in level 2, so Kara finding level 2 late might actually play in his favor. It's kind of weird to see a seed where both runners routed really differently. And sometimes in Siege you get a case where one runner rounds one way, one runs the other way, and they both end up at the same location, but one takes longer to get there because all of the items were along one route. Here it's spread.
They're basically converging, but not quite.
Yeah.
Because they're both gonna be checking the grave, but they are going to be checking different things in the grave that require different items. So it's... very interesting.
Honestly, these are some of my favorite seeds to see, are the ones where both routes are this different, and yet, even when they converge, they still don't converge. Wait, hold up, we found 9!
level 9! It is one screen over from Vanilla Second Quest level 9.
It's all about the grave, and Caracarn will have the advantage getting there because he knows he doesn't have to check any more of Death Mountain at this point.
But Antlerz, knowing the location of level 9, well, yeah, Caracarn is going to be about to find that information up. But you see, here's... Yeah, that's right, that power bracelet spot is not going to matter one bit.
Nope. The best it could be is a large secret or maybe a potion.
Oh! Nope, that was... You can't do that, Antlerz, sorry.
One pix, one tile too high. Okay. Let's see where Antlerz heads from here. There's really nowhere close to the grave.
Oh, to answer the question in chat, what creatures did they come from? That was wall masters.
Wall meat!
Yeah, wall meat. Actually, that reminds me of a dream I had maybe 20 years ago. You remember the evil wall from Final Fantasy IV?
No.
No? Never mind then.
I never played Final Fantasy IV, sorry.
Okay.
I've been meaning to.
All I can just say is that the term wall meat did come up.
See, here I thought you were gonna say, Zelda and Castlevania are in the same universe because both series contain wall meat.
Oh, by the way, anybody who connects the dots on what I mean about wall masters being the bait, I am sorry. You know what? You know what? We just discovered the grave power bracelet blocked level 3 because both of those recorder spots came up empty.
As weird as this sounds, that's really good for Antlerz. And the reason I say that's good for Antlerz, Caracarn's gonna go into 3, he's gonna do 3, he's gonna get his item out of 3, which is probably nothing, and then he's gonna go to 9.
The magic key.
Yeah, I can see that. And then he's gonna go straight to 9. He's not gonna bother looking for the recorder to get the bow out of 8.
Huh.
Antlerz now has to dig 7 to get the power bracelet. At which point he can Triforce and go 1 and 3. He'll probably get his red ring because it's level 1. But the power bracelet block actually may be what does Caracarn in. Again, not for certain. Level 9 can still do level 9 things. But unless Caracarn does decide to go through 5 and 8, which, given where the seed is at, I don't think he will. Hi, Raft.
Oh, did we find the raft?
Magic key's at 9.
Yeah, I guess so.
So...
Oh, by the way, Raft in 3. Yeah, chat's got the right idea.
Also ladder in 6. Also recorder in 5.
Boomerang in 1.
Anyway.
Magic book in 8. And you're right, anyway here, unfortunately we know... Yeah, that's right, the location of the power bracelet was one screen up from Triforce, was it not?
It was one... I believe it was 2 screens to the left.
2 screens to the left, okay.
But Antlerz is starting to run low on keys.
And Antlerz doesn't have that red ring, so...
He's also out of bombs.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest factor. And Antlerz is probably going to take a spill right here. Ooh, finds a fairy. Gets the fairy. Okay, that's pretty good.
So... it all comes down to, does Caracarn go back to 5? If Caracarn goes back to 5, gambling that bow is not a 9, I would say he has the advantage going in.
Yeah.
If he goes into 9 right now, he is at a disadvantage going in.
He can't go into 9 right now. He doesn't have the Triforce out of 4.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know exactly what I mean.
Yes, I do. I just noticed that he doesn't have the Triforce out of 4. So he's got to take care of that first before even attempting 9. But on the other hand, though, with the information that Caracarn does get out of level 9, that will, you know, if he can route in the Pig and Zelda, you know, fairly quickly, then if he can piece together the recorder to the bow, he might still have this.
Do you think he buys hints?
You know, well, 218 rupees and the book, that might not be such a bad investment.
If you think about it, if he buys a couple of hints, he has a chance at finding out if he even needs to gamble on 9 or not, or if it's like, hey, by the way, bow's an 8, it's like, okay, well...
Yeah,
actually,
I'd say given the
he needs 2 items.
Gambling, I mean, gambling on the hints is probably better than gambling on 9.
Here's the thing, though, he's gotta basically get 2 hints, though. He needs to get Recorder in 5 and Bow in 8, otherwise if he sees 1, he'll just gamble on the other in 9. Unless he sees Recorder in 5 and decides to gamble on the second item, and decides to go straight for the second item in 8 after that, but... There's just so many what-ifs right now that it's really hard to say who has an advantage and who doesn't. Which has been the theme of this entire seed, because they've taken such different routes. And I love it.
And I believe this was where the power bracelet was.
Yep.
It was indeed. So now, does he go for 1 first, or does he go for 3 first?
I think he goes for 3 first. He already knows its location. He already, quote-unquote, knows its location.
That's right, Antlerz doesn't know where 1 is yet. Well, no, I think Antlerz is going to go check out this, this one up here. Let's going to start by checking this power bracelet spot.
You know, I can't say to blame him. It's very close by. It's near a fairy fountain.
Yeah.
Caracarn's going straight into 9. Not gonna buy the hints, not going to check 5 or 8. He's just gonna jump right in.
Alright, this might be... But again, don't discount either racer because, you know, level 9's called the Great Equalizer.
Exactly. For all we know, Caracarn could find both items very early as Antlerz finds 1.
Yep.
So, Jiggly, what are we gonna be looking for here in level 9?
We're looking for the Roar of Ganon. Well, Caracarn is looking for the bow, which unfortunately he will not be fine, but other than that, we're trying to hear the roar of the pig. We can hear him through the walls in any one of the 4 directions adjacent to his room. We're also looking for a single shutter door, not unlike the one that we are in right now. If it opens, or should I say if it does not open after we defeat all the enemies in this room, then we know that the princess will be behind it, and nope, there is no princess behind this door. But this one could be. Now, if there's a double shutter door, the princess will not be behind it. The only exception, that's the princess. We have found Zelda.
Caracarn... Okay, I was a little concerned he wasn't going to check the stair.
Yeah. So we've got one half of the puzzle in level 9 already figured out. Now we just need the other half, and Caracarn still needs the other third of the other half of the puzzle. I can do math.
The other 1/6?
Well, no. So there's 2 halves of the well, actually no. There's 2 parts of the puzzle in level 9, but one of the puzzles requires 3 parts.
Well, hold on. While that is true, what's the wordage?
So
you have half of the puzzle, which is Zelda, which may or may not have a piece to herself, which is a ladder. Then you have Ganon, which has 3 parts, which are the wand, the bow, and the silvers. In this particular siege, you also have the puzzle piece of the power bracelet, which, while not needed for the level 9 puzzle, is needed for the 8-piece puzzle to get into level 9 through triangular cheese. And then you also have the recorder, which is needed to get the bow, so you have like a 7-part, multi-layered puzzle.
This is not really so much a chain reaction seed as kind of a seed blob, if you will. I would say it's more like a. What do you call it? Something. My brain's
It's like when you're gonna solve a Rubik's Cube, but the Rubik's Cube is also a Sudoku.
Don't give people any ideas. Brainstorming. That's what it is. Brainstorming.
Zap. Oh wait, Antlerz did not get the hint about level 3, so he's still looking for that.
Ooh.
Which is gonna buy Caracarn a little bit of time.
But I don't know how much time it is going to buy Caracarn, because... And not only that, though, you know, Caracarn had better... The only saving grace is that Caracarn will run into this any key. And that will, give him the, key advantage. Yes, indeed, I am burned out from last night's podcast.
What do you mean a 4-hour seed burns you out, man? Come on. Cover the program. 10-hour seeds. Let's go. Give it like 3 weeks of Elite 8.
You can't see it right now, but my eyes are twitching.
That's okay, mine are too.
And this is why I don't run in tournaments.
To answer the question in chat, the race that shall not be named was between some guy named Larry and Sausage Link.
Yep. And we're not going to reveal the results of that battle. You're just going to have to watch it for yourself.
The entire thing.
You know, it's like only it's the equivalent of maybe binge watching a series on Netflix.
Just turn it into a podcast and have it playing in your car while you're on the way to work.
Actually, no, please don't do that. My voice might scare you.
Well, if you drive with the windows down, we know where Zelda is. Antlerz is in 3. Caracarn's window of opportunity is quickly closing. But maybe not.
Well, again, you know, level 9 is the great equalizer. Gonna stop in here, look at this raft, go, no way.
Which, by the way, shoutouts to Caracarn. He's doing a lot of this 9 on just half a heart.
Ah, you gotta love beeping strats.
Oh!
Ooh, taken down by his own lawn fire. There's the Tringle for 3.
Antlerz will be in 9 in short order. Honestly, Caracarn is out of keys and out of bombs now. He is going to need a... Again, there's a couple things that can still help Caracarn out. The first is that Antlerz also runs out of keys.
You know, you guys joke about it, but I've been to level 10.
The second is that it could be a magic staircase that's needed to get to Zelda, or Ganon. Well, not Zelda, but Ganon, that Caracarn finds before Antlerz does. And Antlerz does not have the red ring. So if he has trouble dealing with the wizard brooms, that red ring may also help Caracarn out significantly.
That is
true. Or finding
true.
Ganon.
There's Ganon. Okay, so we know that Antlerz should have gone left.
Wait, was that the stair right next to Zelda's room?
Was it? Oh.
So if that was the stair right next to Zelda's room, that might be game, set, and match right here. Again, not... I didn't catch which stair that was.
Neither did I. Okay, so... I don't think so, because that was Zelda's room staircase that Caracarn just entered.
Yeah, but I think this was the room just to the left again, just to the right of Ganon.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right, though. Let's see. Nope.
Antlerz is not taking it, though. He is taking Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's one of the things when it comes to level 9 is there's two philosophies. There's avoid all of the staircases, you know, only going in and out to maybe check for an item or something like that. And then there's, you know, take every staircase you find, regardless of where it leads. For me, I tend to have more luck when I take staircases. Because at the very least, you can see where you exit, so then you can sort of connect the dots, if you will. But at the same time...
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, at the same time, though, you're not covering as much ground in between. Antlerz is going left.
And again, Caracarn still has a window of opportunity, but it is quickly closing. As long as Antlerz does not take the Zelda stair, Caracarn is still in this. Or find the alternate path.
It gets close.
Antlerz is in the correct section.
Goes
Does he
up.
take this stair? That is... ooh.
That's an ugly Wizrobe room.
Does not take the stair. He's now in a reverse C. This is not the reverse C you're looking for.
Now remember, on the left and Antler's side, he's looking for Ganon's room. Caracarn, meanwhile, on the right, has already found Ganon's room, and Zelda is looking for the bow. It looks like he's giving up. Well, he's out of bombs.
He's out of keys, out of bombs.
Yeah.
Is he gonna... The question is he just gonna buy bombs and come back in, or is he gonna opt to say, you know what? 5 and 8 still have items. I've already found Ganon and Zelda. Let me go check those out. This could be the race-deciding play right here. As Antlerz takes a death in 9. Caracarn is going to the bomb shop. Makes sense. Regardless of what play you're doing. That is correct. Caracarn has not found either item in 9. However, he has found both Ganon and Zelda. So at this point, 9 is a massive dungeon to dig versus 5 and 8. He knows where the item is in 8, and he's only got a couple rooms left in 5.
Yeah, that just sounds like a better play altogether.
He's gonna buy some keys. Also makes sense, given his current item knowledge.
Yeah, it goes back to what I said earlier. Sometimes racers can get stubborn, and you know, try to keep digging the same dungeon over and over and over again, without realizing that that isn't the right play.
Let's see where he goes.
Ooh, this is not a good room for Antlerz.
He is going back to level 9.
Okay. So Antlerz is in the clear for at least a little while longer, but I don't know how far he's gonna get, because he's only got 1 heart left, no ring. More bombs.
The thing is... Oh, go ahead.
Nope. No item.
You know, it's fascinating that Caracarn, in an effort to find the items, found Ganon and Zelda, and Antlerz, in an effort to find Ganon and Zelda, is probably going to end up finding the items.
Yeah. And it looks like... Let's see, can you go this way? Antlerz is going to use up that last key. Oh, shoot! Because we have ourselves a shoot room.
Antlerz is now out of keys. Man! What a 9!
Oh my... That's the Roar of Ganon.
That means Ganon's directly to the south of this room. And no key.
Wow.
Wait, is he?
He could... Well, he could be, east.
I don't actually have audio on, so I can't hear.
Oh, okay. No, I can definitely hear the Roar of Ganon.
And Caracarn finds the ending key.
Alright, Antlerz can... Oh, come on, avoid. Get past...
Antlerz found the path.
Take
Oh!
the path. Oh!
Sniped!
But Antlerz is probably going to head back to that shoot room and try that key door.
Yeah, at this point, there's no reason he's not going to. Although, if you heard Ganon in the other room... Well, I seem to recall there was only 2 doors in Ganon's room.
Yeah, it looked like there were both doors in Ganon's room. I think one was to the west and one was up.
Caracarn's found the other item in 9.
What was it?
Red candle.
Red candle. Ugh.
This is very interesting now. Because Antlerz doesn't know about the shortcut to Ganon, he's taking the long and difficult paths with no ring. If Caracarn can grab his recorder and his bow quickly, he can sweep this out from underneath Antlerz' legs. Caracarn is going to go back into 8. I think he's forgotten he's Dig Dogger blocked.
Yeah, he's looking and... Like, nope, it's gonna go
Wait,
up
no,
towards
he's
level
leaving.
5. Yeah, level 5 is just north of level 8.
Antlerz looks to be farming a little bit of health. Yes, both runners know where Zelda is. Even when both runners are in 9, and it looks like one runner has the advantage, the other item comes into play again! This time the red ring.
Yeah, you know that red ring, strictly not required, but sometimes it's just virtually required.
Also consider how many bombs Antlerz has to spend to even get over there because
I just
of these
realized
red
Antlerz
reserves.
is taking the long and convoluted path, and this is gonna Now, what's good is those, those are beefy, whiz robes, so...
Yep.
Yeah, so if you get a bomb pack back, you're only getting half your bombs back. And, you know, now that Caracarn has that any key, all of these locked doors are not going to be an issue. Maybe that's the reason why he wasn't digging level 5.
It's very possible. He just was key blocked out of it.
Yeah.
So, with all of that said, Antlerz may still be looking at a health issue. If he, I mean, I don't doubt his ability to get the stun lock on Ganon at all. It's just, can he get there? Antlerz is not in Ganon's room yet.
Nope, it's, I think it's a few more over. I think you need to go down this way here. That's right, there's those 3 whiz robes, and... Here we go.
Here it is.
Antlerz has found Ganon!
He can only afford to take one hit, though, really, from a Hyrule Driver and only a couple fireballs.
Can he get the stun lock?
Or perhaps just a clean fight even without the stun lock. Ganon not cooperating.
There it is! We got bacon. Antlerz just has to get over to the princess, and he's won this race.
And that health farm at the end. We just got done talking about how health could be an issue because of the red ring, but Antlerz choosing to health farm ended up being the deciding factor. To answer the question in chat, the timing is not different in this randomizer. However, because you're using a wand to kill Ganon, the timing is slightly different from traditional sword timing, just because the wand's hitbox is a little bit bigger and the sound is different. So while the physical timing isn't different, the effective timing is different.
Here we go!
And Antlerz will finish in first place with an official time of 1:25.59, just getting that sub 126 in there. See if we're gonna have Antlerz joining us here in a minute.
Yep. Caracarn is almost to that recorder. Sneak past this dig dogger. And then bomb the wall over here on the left.
It's down one realm. Yeah, what a race. What a route. Speaking of routes, we do have Antlerz joining us. GG, sir.
GG.
Hey, thanks guys. I appreciate it.
I don't think you two could have played this seed more differently if you knew what the other was doing.
Yeah, I was feeling pretty good at the beginning, obviously. And then I kept digging dungeons in the wrong order. That little 3-stack of level 5, level 6, and level 8 up in the Lost Hills, I could not have done that in a more, roundabout way. I started getting nervous after that, and then after having to go back into level 7 and dig the power bracelet, I was really nervous. I figured I got the wand first, but honestly, Caracarn's good enough that I figured that bleed had probably evaporated by the time that I figured out what I was supposed to do.
So, Caracarn dug the power bracelet out of 7 early. He actually didn't get the wand until about, 45, 50 minutes in?
Yeah, that hurts.
But because he had the power bracelet early, he was able to do 1 and get the red ring early on in the seed. And he also had the power bracelet when it came time to go into 3, which was great up until he also hadn't done 5 or 8, and he's just now getting back into 8 to get his bow. He gambled on bow at 9.
Oh, yeah, that 9 was nasty too. That's rough. And honestly, I was gonna leave the other item in level 8 if I didn't know exactly where it was, and the fact that I just got what I needed to get it. I was like, I'm up here already, I just got the recorder, I might as well go see what it is, and it turned out to be the bow.
Oh, if you're curious, Ganon's room was 2 rooms away from Zelda through a staircase.
Lovely.
Yeah, if you took the staircase in that Zelda room, you were dumped right next to Ganon.
Awesome. Yeah, I never made it up there. But Good to know. Yeah, I took a really roundabout way in that level 9, too.
And that was the thing for the two of us, is we could never tell who had an advantage, because you guys routed so differently, and so differently, and yet you were so close on top of each other that it was really tough to say until Caracarn's advantage turned into his disadvantage, with the power bracelet being blocked, and the recorder not required except for the bow.
Yeah, so he knows exactly where Ganon and Zelda are then.
Yep.
So he was not that far behind me at all.
No, he actually went into level 9, what, Jiggly, maybe 3 minutes before you did?
Yeah, something like that. Certainly enough time to, you know, find both of them.
Makes sense. Did he have the recorder when he went into level 9?
No.
Oh, so he had to dig that too. That was another thing that cost me some time. I missed a bomb wall in level 5, and I assumed that it was ladder blocked.
Yeah, that's right. The item wasn't ladder blocked after all, was it?
No, the item was not ladder blocked in 5. I thought it was, and so I went and found the ladder, and then went back in, and went through taking that staircase again, only to find out that, oh wait, I'm missing like 3 rooms in that top left diagonal of level 5.
Now this is interesting. Yeah, Caracarn has a path to Zelda and Ganon, but is opting to take a different route.
Oh wow. I'm watching on the restream now, and that was incredibly simple.
Yeah. That's why we were thinking if you just took the stair to Zelda, this would have been game set match before Caracarn even had a chance to get both items at 9. But it still ended up being really close.
What were the items in 9, by the way? I'm assuming probably Boomerang and,
Red Candle and Magic Key.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, the Magic Key would have helped.
Yeah, the Lord Banana was in level... Wait, where was it? Oh yeah, Lord Banana was in level 1, and the Scrap Metal was the White Sword item.
Yeah, I got that early. I got the White Sword item really early.
But, all boards, no swords, we're not going to judge your taste in boomerangs.
Yeah, I hate any boomerang, and I hate when I have to pick up a boomerang. But in Swordless, when you don't have anything else, it's probably a good idea. But yeah, I mean that was a fun seed, kind of a chain reaction seed.
Definitely one of the more tamer scenes I've seen lately.
Well, it could be sneaky trolly. First of all, if you took the wrong path at level 9, it was not the easiest, and then also, if you didn't dig 7, like me, it can take you a while to figure out. I full cleared the overworld outside of 1 wrap spot.
Yeah, that was,
Ooh, Caracarn almost got the stun lock.
Oh, he's low on health, though. No! So how's about that bomb price?
Yeah, that was nice. And they were in convenient spots, too. It allowed me to route really, really efficiently. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was on push to talk. That is my bad. There we go. That's better. Sorry.
Here we go again.
Round 3. Ganon just not cooperating for the stun locks at all this seed. Oh, there we go.
On. Almost. Gets it. Alright, we got Bacon Part 2.
Pork Boogaloo.
Or the Oinkening.
Antlerz, we need you to have a horrible pig pun.
Oh, sorry. I was distracted by some other happenings in the Zelda community.
And there we go, GG Caracarn.
Finishing with an official SRL time of 1:36 flat. Looks like we will not be being joined by Caracarn tonight. So let's talk a little bit about where you go from here. So Antlerz, you'll be moving on to the Elite 8 flags portion of the winner's bracket.
Yeah, it's exciting.
And you'll be facing off against the winner of Truant Gamer versus Zarnax42. However, Caracarn is not out of this tournament yet. He will be moving to the bonus bracket, where he will face the winner of Catastrophe versus Jay Coper.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can
Yes.
hear you.
Okay, sorry. I don't know if you could hear me earlier when I responded to Zarnax and
I believe you cut out at that point.
Okay, sorry about that. I was just saying, yeah, I'm not looking forward to either of those, especially with what Truant just did to certain someone a few days ago.
Yeah, I don't know who that guy is.
Right, exactly. But yeah, both are really good. Both are playing really well. So it'll be a fun matchup. I think that's when we go to 2 of 3, right? Starting in the Elite 8.
Yes, sir. Which... that is the other thing that those of you out there watching will start to see, is that in the Elite 8, everything will be the best 2 of 3, as Antlerz just mentioned. And I believe that will also be true in the bonus bracket once they get to Elite 8, which will not be for another couple of weeks, it looks.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's cool that they're starting best 2 of 3 in the Elite 8 this turn. And those Elite 8 flags are going to be fun. The heart containers are added to the item mix, I'm pretty sure.
They are, and when you combine that with the potential for plus minus 4 HP on enemies, it can really get tough to get your items going.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
So with that said, unless you've got any final, definitely very final thoughts on this seed or the tournament so far, Jiggly, would you like to give us the rundown of what other events and shenanigans we have going on today?
I don't have those things offhand. Let me double check here.
Well,
Oh yes, that's right. We do have more races. In fact, we have at least I think one in progress. Let me just double check here what we got here in terms of our ABNS stuff.
I can fill that gap in real quick. We've got Fury SK versus Thorwolf going on over on Randomania. That has Dark Falls and 8gen, our two tournament admins on the call for that. And at 11 o'clock, we have Captain Green 7 versus Paratrooper 1 over on Speed Gaming.
Speed
itself.
Gaming.
Yes.
Prime time.
With Panzer Dave and Rad Plaid Dad on the commentary.
Ooh, that ought to be fun.
As far as what's coming up on the Speed Gaming schedule, I will defer to you, Jiggly, for that.
And I will defer back again because I need to get that stuff up on my screen.
Well, I'm going to have to defer again because I also, unfortunately, don't have it up at the moment.
Well, I am going to double re-defer because here it is. Let's see, what have we got? We are Thursday night, or no, not, we're on Wednesday. So it looks here on Speed Gaming 4, we got an ALTTP daily race that's going on. Looks like we got a Wind Waker Rando going on here on Speed Gaming 3. Magic the Gathering on Speed Gaming Official. Yeah, so that... and I guess on Speed Gaming 5 we've got... Well, we are on Speed Gaming 5.
You've got us!
Yes. Well,
For the next,
anymore.
2 minutes.
Yeah, there we go. End of the Zelda Randomizer. Okay.
And I think with that, that is going to do it for us tonight. So on behalf of our two runners, Antlerz and Caracarn VI, on behalf of our tracker Elendar, and on behalf of my co-commentator Jiggly Saint, this has been Alsoa.
Yep.
Y'all have a good night, and enjoy the rest of your...
Yep. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for the comms, guys.